Alright, BGL Season 5, Week 4, I believe. Let's go. Pacific Northwest, right? That's my first thought. I haven't even spun around yet. I should probably do that just to kind of gauge. Yeah, I mean, it certainly feels like it, like maybe Washington State. Yeah, the license plate, so it's kind of a hint of blue at the bottom, which 206, I believe that is indeed a Washington State area code. Now, I don't know the exact part of Washington State that 206 is, but, you know, we can kind of make an educated guess. I don't think this is actually going to be very helpful, this sign here, but the fact that it says Southwest makes me want to say that it's like either southwest of Seattle or southwest of Tacoma, maybe. Alright, what else do we have here? Does it say on the side of the recycling bin? No, it doesn't. Alright, well, I mean, at the very least, we should get a pretty decent score on this, even if it's not perfect. It should be somewhere in the 4K range. What part of Washington State do I want to go with? In fact, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to try to find somewhere where the street names like very clearly say southwest as opposed to just south and west, or like north. Okay, so I'm seeing southwest around here, but these are all numbered is the thing. Whereas that, I'm assuming it's not numbers. But I guess this guess does kind of cover, it kind of hedges with a big region. Let's just go for it. Whoa, okay, that worked pretty well. That worked pretty well. Sweet. Wow. That was pretty lucky. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty lucky. Oh wait, that was a numbered street? Okay, we were on a numbered street, but I guess you know what? I'm not gonna question it. Am I actually the closest on that? No, there's probably someone who 5K'd it, but whatever. On to round 2. Fireworks. Trying to read that sign, I don't think it's helpful at all. I can't tell if that's a front. I think that is a front plate, and that car's bumper is just not there. Why am I zooming in on that? That's not going to help me at all. Okay, yeah, front plate. That kind of looks like a Maryland plate from a distance. Oh no, I'm going to swing and miss on this one. No, it can't be Maryland, because fireworks aren't legal in Maryland. I do know that. Alright. So totally ignore that other clue that I saw there, but totally ignore the fact that that one plate looked like a Maryland plate, potentially. Looks like no front plate there, which is a little confusing. So water tower doesn't really help that much. Bit of a railroad track. Can we see the area code on that van? We cannot. Okay, well. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know with this one. I think I'm just going to have to region guess this. Where do I think this is? I'm kind of feeling maybe like Ohio, I guess. But, yeah, I'm really not sure. It doesn't feel particularly south. I think I kind of like Ohio as a hedge. Sure, Columbus, I guess. Why not? Wow. Okay, swing and a miss. So it was in Pennsylvania by the New Jersey border. Okay, that's why we were seeing a mix of front plates and no front plates, because New Jersey has front plates and Pennsylvania does not. All right, well, after a great round 1, round 2 does not go so great, but, you know, on to round 3. Okay. No front plate. Can't tell what the back plate is from that angle. How about this angle? Florida... Maybe Florida, maybe Georgia based on that one plate. It doesn't feel like Florida at all to me. What the hell? Okay, so I'm not great with seeing a skyline of a city and knowing what that city is, but I get the feeling that a lot of other people in this league are, so now I've got a bad feeling about that. Oh, 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 thank you. Atlanta. That could have been bad. I probably would have gone Jacksonville, otherwise. Okay. Train tracks. We can figure this out. The city is to our southeast, it seems like. We're over train tracks. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. So we're on a bit of a bridge over train tracks. Real quick, do we have a street name? It's hard to make out. Might start with like a W. I might be seeing some number streets around there, but for now, let me try to funny road trick the bridge. It's kind of going. It's almost perfectly. All right. So the railroad is kind of going the other way. Looking northwest, the railroad kind of splits off. We're on a bridge above a railroad. Looking northwest, it kind of splits off a bit. And the city downtown is to our southeast. Oh, dude, what about right here? Maybe? Maybe? Yes! Okay, sweet. All right. A few of us 5K'd that. I mean, we'll have to see afterwards how many people 5K'd it exactly, but I really used my noggin on that one. I'm proud of that one. All right, so far we've had 2 great guesses and 1 not so great guess, but you know, all in all, it's been a pretty good start. Next round. Oh yeah, middle of nowhere. Mountains a bit to the southwest. Okay, this one I've got a bad Winnemucca. That's Nevada. I was gonna say I've got a bad feeling about it, but nope, not anymore. Thanks, game. So we're on a highway going north. In fact, could we just be like right here? Let me funny road trick this. Going that direction. I can't tell if that really lines up or not. It might. I can't tell. Let me try to gauge this a bit better. It does seem like that might be it. Because, yeah, there's an exit there and an exit there. There's a bridge there. Yeah. I think we're just right here. And that's the bridge. I think that makes sense. I think that makes a lot of sense. Let me just make sure. I'm where I've got it right now is probably a 5K, but right, right, something like that. Yes, sir, 5K. All right, so I guess this round, this round as a whole maybe is a bit on the easier side because it said Winnemucca right there. I guess not everyone would necessarily know where that is, but yeah, off to a great start. Well, great start. It's been 4 rounds, so all right. On to round 5, middle of nowhere again. Flat mountains. This is not world, so it is not in fact Lesotho. Should I know what that is? That bollard? I don't know. Okay. Not feeling quite as good about this one. Just to confirm, we see telephone poles, right? Yeah, it's not California. All right, just making sure. What else do I have to work with here? What is that bollard, man? Is that like the type of thing that's different from state to state? I've started to memorize some of those. I can tell you that it's not Montana, not South Dakota, because those are like diamond shaped. But oh boy, I don't know where to guess. For some reason, Oregon keeps coming to mind. So I want to say this is like Idaho or Oregon. It could be Idaho actually. Come to think of it, Idaho could be a decent guess. Yeah, cars are too far away to be able to tell license plates. All right. I mean, what part of if I think it's Idaho, what part of Idaho am I thinking? That's a great question. Sure. Not bad. Not bad. All things considered, not bad. I mean, if I was thinking, If I was thinking it could have possibly been Oregon, I could have gone closer to the border. But I was just, you know what? That worked out. That was fine. That was a decent guess. Let's see how I did against everyone else. So yeah, 21. That's numbers. I think that's my best score of the season. How does that stack up against the rest of the league, though? Oh, nice. I got 500 points. Right, because it's the day just reset in GeoGuessr. Yeah. Ooh, sixth out of only 25 of us have played so far. All right, let's break this down. Round one. Most people go in Washington State, and yeah, we're all kind of in the Seattle area. And I was the closest guess. That was pretty lucky. Obviously, there's some element of skill involved because I looked for an area where the street names were Southwest. But otherwise, that was pretty lucky. I can't lie. Round two. How many people got this area? Not many. I'm assuming it's just the 1.5 guy. Yeah, just the 1.5 guy. Just eyeballing it, it feels like it was kind of 50-50 between people who had like the general region and people who didn't. Guilty as charged. But anyway, that was a tough one. Round three. My goodness. Yeah, it seems like everybody, barring three, saw the Atlanta thing. How many 5Ks were there? Gotta say, a good number. All right, I'm not special. Yeah, it's like 9 5Ks. I mean, that's still, it's still good that I was able to 5K it. Round four. Yeah, this kind of went as I would have expected. Like, if you know where Winnemucca is, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing the name of the town correctly, but if you know where that town is, then yeah. Wait, so actually, how many people 5K'd this? I'll put it in the doc in a minute. We'll find out then. I'm not gonna bother counting them all. Final round. Okay, actually, just based on where everyone else went, pretty happy with the Idaho guess. I guess that wasn't Idaho bollard though. I do remember them being green. I just thought that they looked slightly different. Yeah, in terms of bollards in the United States, I think Idaho's are green. Montana and South Dakota are like diamond shaped at the top, I mean. And the others I haven't fully memorized yet. I think Colorado has a little circle at the top. And I want to say Washington State and Oregon are like very identifiable as well, but whatever the case. Okay, so this is where things currently stand in week 4. None of the matchups are determined yet because, you know, I usually record this on Saturday, so there's still a full day left for people to do the challenge. Last week we did win, despite that's actually kind of funny that we were the 6th highest scoring team, but, you know, plays on your schedule, etc. So in terms of standings right now, does that take week 4 into account? Oh, it does. Oh no, I messed up everything. There we go. This is what the standings are looking like right now. So right now we are 2-1, and we're in 2nd place in the West. Are we going to win this week? Where things currently stand, if we're at 69.5K, assuming 220Ks from Minnesota. Oh. Okay, we might not win this week. I don't remember what else I usually ramble about during this little ending segment here, so let's just end it off. See y'all next week.